look at the
bro, these look like, bro, some foreign. Like, these don't even look like they're some from this world. These are like the Martian Air Forces. Like, these look like something they be wearing on UFOs. Like, this is crazy. What are these? Then they got the Nike logo swoosh like on a certain angle here. Like, I swear, like, people would just be buying anything, bro. Hey, what's good, y'all? We doing the Nike Mind 0110. I ain't even ever heard of these, and the box itself looks very odd and peculiar. I seen a little bit of what the shoe's supposed to look like, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it ain't nothing like I've ever seen before. Literally, and I've seen a lot of things in my lifetime. I felt like I've seen it all at this point, but not these shoes right here. That being said, let's get to it.
Actually be the craziest Nike shoe I have ever worn. Today we're taking a look at the
Bro, these look like, bro, some foreign. Like, these don't even look like they're some from this world. These are like the Martian Air Forces. Like, these look like something they be wearing on UFOs. Like, this is crazy. What are these? Then they got the Nike logo swoosh like on a certain angle here. Like, I swear, like, people would just be buying anything, bro.
Mind 001s and the 002s. Now these two shoes are a part of the same family, but honestly they feel a lot different on foot, and I was very surprised. So let's go ahead and unbox the Mind 001s first, because that's the one everybody's been talking about, and I'm going to try to give you guys my best thoughts and impressions of both of these, the mules and the shoes, and I'm going to try to give you as many on foot clips as well. So
my fault, y'all. Just wanted to see if I was recording.
Oh brother, this guy stinks!
Can see how they look and move. So looking at the box, you're gonna notice you got your all over white throughout the entirety of the lid and the sides of the box. Now on the top of the lid, you can see this thermal footprint that is impressed inside of the shoe, and these are gonna be all the different pressure points that are also on the bottom of the mule and the shoe. Now I'm not 100% sure exactly what every single one of these numbers mean or represent, but again, this is a part of the Mind Science department at Nike, at which they have the branding on the top of the lid as well. Now looking at the side of the box, it reads Nike Mind, and then the same thing here, you're gonna have that text all throughout with the numbers as well, similar to the top of the lid. Going to the back end of the box, you're going to see it says Mind Science Department, same thing like we saw on the top of the lid, and then the same thing here with the text and the numbers all throughout on the corners. Now going to the front of the box, on the size tag it reads Nike Mind 001 light smoke gray chrome, size 13, just for me, and retail on these was $95.
Some big ass feet, boy, them Yeti feet.
So these came out a couple days ago in a few different colors. You had the tan, the gray, and the red. I personally picked up the gray and the red. I think that red pair looks really good on foot. And
bro, I ain't gonna look. Bro, what are we doing, bro? I can't even put it into words how peculiar these really are.
Question for you. What are those?
Like, bro, what do we, like, gang, I ain't gonna lie, bro. How do y'all really feel about these? I know I say that like every other video, but like genuinely, I want to know your comments on this one right here. Cause these just look like some foreign house slides, some like Ethiopian house slides, or like some Egyptian house slides, or some Persian house slippers. Like, these don't even look like, these barely look real, gang. Like, what's going on here?
Touch on those in a second, but besides that, flipping open the lid, you're gonna notice you have your all over gray paper with those same thermal prints. This time it's just more in that black and white vibe, and then the same thing with the text and the Nike Mind Science and all the other elements like we saw throughout the rest of the box. Now peeling that back, you're gonna notice this actually comes on the shoe, but I already popped it off because I had to try these on ASAP and it was kind of in the way. And then you have another hang tag right here. On the back end of the tag, you have your Nike branding, and then on the front end of the tag, or whatever you want to consider that, you have your Nike Mind Science department and kind of how the shoe is put together with the different pods underneath it, giving you a visual description of that. Now besides that, you got your all over white paper, and then peeling that back, you got the mule. Oh yeah, got the mule. It feels weird saying mule.
Get a load of this guy.
Oh yeah, and if you didn't know by now, my name is DJ, and this is the DNA.
My buddy was just upside down there for a minute. I was like, man, is my computer screen twitching again, bro? But nah, we good. Hey, you know what I'm saying? How y'all feel about the little collection he got going back here, bro? It's alright. Like, it's not the worst. But like a lot of this ain't my swag either. I'm gonna be honest. But if y'all rock with any of these, let me know. I can barely name some of these. I know he has some Air Forces in here, but I can't really make out what the other ones here. Are these the I forgot what those were. But yeah. Decent collection.
Show. Starting with the bottom, as you're gonna see, this is the biggest part that everybody wants to talk about. So if I push on these little pods right here, you can see they kind of pop in and pop out. And they go with every single part of the shoe. They all basically move the same. There's a big difference between these and the 002s. So I want to talk about that in a second as well. But these are essentially made for that pre or post workout experience for your athletes. So for me, I played college football. This would have been a great mule to wear, going to practice and coming from practice and allowing my feet to recover along the way. Not only is it good for recovery.
Oh, it's for your feet. I mean, hey, there I go again, jumping to conclusions, but I still don't know how I feel like, bro. You won't catch me wearing these, bro. Nike really be having people spending money. Like they be going out their way to give them some cheese out their pockets. It's not their fault, but you know, like if you're buying these, bro. I mean, if you got money, I guess. But like, what are we doing? I'm not rocking these, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Though now each one of these points actually push into the foot as you walk. So as they go, it looks like it's bubbly here, but when you push into the ground, it actually pushes up into the bottom of your foot, and it feels kind of like, I said, like popping bubbles. You remember how you as a kid you stand on the bubbles and you pop those? It doesn't feel like a popping sensation, but you remember how like that kind of like bubbly feeling that it had, which I've heard other people call them similar to an acupuncture shoe. And honestly, the biggest thing I've heard a lot of people call these are Cybertrucks. But that's another topic. Yo, DNA fam, I know
they do look like the Cybertrucks, bro. That's what I knew. I couldn't put my finger on it, but like, yeah, they genuinely look like, you know what I'm saying, the little Teslas, the little Cybers. Yeah, for sure.
I know you guys are into sneakers, so I'm going to assume that you're into investing as well, which means you're probably also interested in leveling up your life. I think you definitely need to check this out. I just launched my DNA show community on School, and it's totally free to turn their passion and run it up. So basically, as each pressure point hits your foot as you're walking, it creates...
I respect the hustle though, my boy. I do. It's always nice to see a fellow young brother out here doing their thing.
It's a deeper mind connection all the way to your feet, allowing you to be more connected to your environment and overall relax your mind. So when I put these on, as you guys know, I'm a size 13. I got a size 13 in all of these so you guys can see what they look like and feel like. Now, typically, everybody knows I don't really go over the sizing and all that stuff because everybody's foot is different and everything's standard with all the other models that we typically talk about. We know how those fit.
They low-key fit in the bottom of his feet like the socks are fitting his calves. Like they just have like such a tight fit. But I feel like if it's in a good way, like if it's supposed to be that way in order to like help support your feet, then yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? They did their big one with those, but I don't know, bro. They're just so odd, bro. They're so awky, you know?
You know how those runs, they're classic, they're traditionals, we know that, right? Well, with these, this is something new. So as you can see with the mule on my foot, this is a size 13. My heel is at the back end and it's right on that cuff. I think it's like almost a perfect fit. Now these come in full sizes only. Would I go up to a size 14? I'm not sure if I would. I'm kind of like a 13 and a half. One foot is a 13, the other foot is a 13 and a half. But at the end of the day, I would still stay consistent with the size 13 on these, and I feel like it's fine. And I don't feel like it's gonna come out or anything like that. I feel like everything is pretty solid when it comes to that. Now, when it comes to the actual pressure points into the foot, when I feel it when I'm walking, on these, there's way less of that total pressure point activation, I guess if you want to call it, compared to the 002s, which is more of the tennis shoe version or sneaker version, whatever you like to call these. So yes, it is there. It's comfortable. You can see the foam. It moves pretty well. The natural feel of this is definitely something different. Now, I haven't got to test these on...
Those socks are swaggy, though. I do rate your socks, though.
Wet environments. A lot of people have been asking that question. On this front end, on the toe, this is a rubber compared to the foam. And then on the back end right here, this is a rubber compared to the foam as well. You have a lot more grip on the front and back end of the shoe. So hopefully that can help you keep that traction even in wet environments. Now I live in Portland, Oregon, so you know it rains here a lot. So I will be able to test these in the future. If you look at the entire upper, you're gonna see it's kind of like different elements to the shoe. Now, the first thing I noticed was on this gray pair, it looks like it's all one color, but actually the bottom half is lighter than the top half. And there's a small gradient right here. If it hits the light correct, you can see. Hopefully you can tell on the camera or some type of angle. I'll try to capture it for you guys. But I definitely noticed that when I see the shoe in hand, and then also from certain angles on the camera as well. Now on the inside of the foot, there is ventilation that you can see right here. Now the top half of the foot, you're gonna see that nice smooth line that rolls right here. And then that's all gonna be more of a smooth, slightly textured foam material that wraps around this top end, going to the back end of the heel. Now for the center of the foot, where you typically would see laces or some strap or whatever.
They probably made that just to like let it have some air, let it have some breath. Like, I know some shoes I be wearing, bro. Like, my feet be getting mad sweaty. Hey, that might have been too much TMI. My fault, y'all.
Seriously?
I'll be yapping. Anyways.
Whatever it may be, you have more of like a neoprene material right here, and there's perforations throughout the center of that. Not every single part of it, just the center. Now this area looks like it's stitched just at the top end, and then it's all glued in right here. I can't see any stitching on the inside underneath that, so I'm assuming it's an adhesive. Again, I don't know. It's supposed to have been wear tested, so should be fine without that falling apart or anything in the future. Now for the entire sock liner, this is a really dope touch. I love how they did this. They got the orange pods matching the pods on the bottom of the foot right here. You can see the same thing on the inside, and then you have your Nike Mind, and then the other one says Nike Science. And then on the front of the toe, all the way at the top right there, I see it says men's 13, and then you also have that engraved on the side, designed in Oregon, made in Vietnam, size 13 in men's, with the Nike swoosh as well. Now on the back end for the heels, you have Nike on one heel and Mind on the other, and another chrome hit there.
Nice.
I'm interested to see if these last, where the chrome hits don't fall off, or they, you know, because it's probably, I'm assuming, just an adhesive, right? So hopefully these don't pop off in the future.
Tired of applying and never hearing back? Let's turn your resume from looking like this to looking like this. And you can do it.
I feel like these are not made to be a everyday type slide or mule or whatever, right? I think it's more for specific athletic purposes. You wear it to the gym, you wear it from the gym, you wear it to your PT, or your, you know, you're going to your crowd therapy or whatever it is. You kind of wear it on those scenarios, and not just like I'm wearing these every single day. For the sneaker in particular, I think this probably would be better for wearing every single day. And going into these, they have a different look, a similar vibe, but obviously a different look compared to the mule. So when I put these two side by side, you can say, hey, yeah, they look like relatives, right? But they don't look the same. So for this one, you're gonna have that same material like we talked on the top end of the mule. That's gonna be all throughout the upper on the 002s. And then
what was I about to say? These low-key kind of remind me of soccer cleats or like football cleats, the way they have the little spikes at the bottom. Feel me?
There's gonna be perforated vents on the top end, and then on the side there are some perforated holes as well. Same thing here with the chrome swoosh on the inside and outside of the foot, and then also on the top of the tongue with your Mind embossed. Now these come standard.
Hey, we better still be recording. Okay, we're good. My fault, y'all. I be paranoid.
With some rope laces, and I like the way that they function within the shoe. They stay pretty tight, they don't move. As I pull them and I'm lacing up the shoe, I can feel the difference between them sliding and kind of moving out of place. You know how in certain sneakers you got to feel like you're relacing them all the time, or they don't really stick to where they need to be. And if you notice, for example, like with wax laces, right, they kind of stay to where they're at because it's more of a stiff lace. Now this doesn't feel stiff, but it feels good and snug as I'm lacing it. So I think it's a really good job, and they kind of stay in place. Whether I want to wear them super loose lace or just slightly with a knot or whatever, I think they're still fine and very comfortable. Now for these being a size 13, I feel like these feel great, and I would say less snug compared to the mule. Looking inside the collar,
I always get nervous when people be twisting their feet out like gang. You know what I'm saying? Let that catch you at the right angle and your ankle is gone. You know what I'm saying? It's over with. But yeah, bro. My chest, bruh. My heart was racing a little bit.
and obviously the entire shoe is going to be covered in that gray as well. But if you see inside of the area where the sock liner and the insole is at, there's actually kind of like no insole, right? It's just all connected with a direct response where you can feel the foam and everything moving. And as I push these ones on the inside, it's that same concept with that piece moving as well. When it comes to these on foot, you can feel way more when it comes to the overall sensations, or whatever you want to consider that term, to whatever, how you feel it. At the end of the day, I can feel it way more with this shoe compared to the mule. Now looking at the bottom right here, you're gonna see the same concept. You got those pods all in orange with the gray around, and then you got that gray rubber on the heel and the gray rubber on the toe. Now the same thing with the mules, you have that on the side of the shoe as well. It's gonna be a very, very light gray, and then it's gonna have a gradient that goes up to a darker gray on the top half of the foot on the midsole. I love that hit. I like that subtle detail. You can catch it and you don't catch it depending on the lighting and everything. Speaking of that, on the back end, on the pull tab, it's gonna be covered in dots, but these are all rubbery, so it has a very good texture to it and nice grip. And then on the same thing here on the back end, you have your Nike Mind in chrome with the Nike chrome swooshes as well, like we talked about earlier. I would say when it comes to comfort and getting that actual feel and sensation, you're probably gonna get more out of it with the 002s. Now the 002, let me check, retail was $145 on these, and then the mules again was $95. So up for you to decide which one is best for you. I'm not mad at these at all when it comes to the look, the shape, the comfort, everything, the feel, the just,
I mean, like, they look like they do what they're supposed to, right? Like, they don't look like they're not doing their job. They definitely, from what he's talking about, it doesn't sound like that way either. Like, it sounds like he got a bang for his butt. They just look odd, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Even with all the benefits and everything that they do, it's great. But like, yeah, this just ain't for me. But if y'all rock these, I mean, my athletes out there, you know what I'm saying? Y'all wearing these after the gym? After practice?
everything is just so wild when I'm rocking this one in particular. As I've worn these around the house, I'm like, bro, I am looking forward to just wearing these, trying them out, going a full day or something, and just seeing how it goes with something like this on my feet. Now, another question a lot of people asked was, is this gonna make your feet tired because you're working your feet by doing these things? That's a question that I don't have the answer to. I'm not a foot doctor. All I can say is I'm assuming it should be fine, as you have something that's more soft and more comfortable. Usually your feet don't get tired from those situations when I think of other foam-like shoes or anything that's in that category. Now, we can't forget to mention the Solar Red colorway. Again, this is the same as the Gray Mule, but overall just a different color. Now, when I heard the Solar Reds, I was like, this is kind of crazy to think about, because the first thing that came to my mind was the Yeezys, right? And now to see them doing that same color in a mule, it's kind of dope. The inside on these, you can see they did the all red as well, and then they got the orange dots. That's all going to be similar to the previous pair.
Those do look a little bit fire.
Everything is essentially the same there. You got the rubber on the toe, the rubber on the heel. Same.
I'm still standing on what I said though. I'm not copying these.
Thing with those chrome swooshes. These things are fire. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comment section. Now, there is supposed to be a black pair coming out soon, and I think that's in February.
Okay. All right.
I said, hold on. I said, hold up. Wait a minute.
And then I'm not sure what else is supposed to come in the future. The mules, I would say I went true to size. I'm fine with the true to size. I don't know if I would go all the way up to a 14, and they do come in full sizes. And then on the 002s, same thing. I went true to size and they feel great. If I could only pick one, I think I would probably go with the 002s, just because it's such a different feeling. And I would probably have more fun with the experience of rocking those, saying that I have a ton of slides and mules and different things like that. And it's just, at the end of the day, you get all these slides and these mules and these variations and stuff. But again, having the 001s is dope to have, and they feel different and they feel great. And compared to the React X Rejuvenate slides that we have seen everybody falling in love with over the past, what, couple years now, or a year or whatever, those, in my opinion, weren't my cup of tea for me, and that was fine, right? Again, I've seen a ton of people rocking those, and that's a whole nother conversation. But I think the comparison between those, I almost feel like they serve two different purposes when it comes to owning both of them, and you could justify having both in your, I don't know if you want to call it collection or rotation or whatever you want to call it, but basically those, I feel like, definitely are built with more traction on the bottom. And a lot of people say, hey, I just wear those around my house, or I wear them for this or whatever. Not too many people just wear like slides out and about.
You'll be surprised, bro. Some people are genuinely like different creatures like that.
Unless it's like straight up like athletes, right? Like, you know, athletes, we wear that stuff, going to practice and those stuff, walking around college campus all the time, doing all those things, going to meetings and stuff. I could understand that. But I feel like your everyday adult is not going to wear those just out and about for their day, right? All the time. It just doesn't make sense. For these, I feel like you can wear the mules in more situations, and those for something else. So that's why I kind of look at both as two different things. But again, let me know what y'all think down below in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I try to give you guys my best interpretations of these. I'm excited to have these and try them out some more and see where they go and see what other colorways they do. Are they gonna potentially do future collaboration? I don't know what's the plan for the future. If y'all have any other thoughts and insights, let me know down below in the comment section.
All right, man, I'm gonna go ahead and end this off myself too. You know what I'm saying? Thankful for y'all. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Sleaxzegang, let's do it to him.